natural expansion. The Zealots charging into the natural, gonna be killing out a ton of SCVs. The Vikings advancing forward, and the Hellions just kind of walking over there and nudging themselves onto the Colossi. The Vikings are doing some damage to the Colossi, and it does look like Zeri is going to be backing up here. The Sea Shanks sieging along this side, and it does look like Zeri is abandoning his attack, and the Sea Shanks are now pulled back. He can actually assault this planetary fortress if he was in position, and the two orbital commands are now landing back in position. This one should be going over here real soon. The Vikings scouting in this direction will be chasing down these Colossi. Gonna take a little bit of shield damage over there, but should be okay. There's still a Sea Shank and a Viking guarding the front over here. Zeri's continuing to spawn units over here, starting to get some sort of probe saturation at his gold base. If we come back to the production tab, we see weapons level 2 for the mech coming down, as well as additional Vikings in the production tab. Take a look at the units. It is now 19 tanks. Here goes the Blink. The Sea Shanks sieging up the Stalkers over here. Gonna get annihilated by those Sea Shanks. However, the Stalkers are up against it. The Zealots are also charging forward. Gonna be destroying these Sea Shanks over here. There are additional Sea Shanks in the back. Should be sieging those up to help defend against us. And the Vikings in the air. Gonna be taking out those Colossi. However, there's just these Sea Shanks left. Over here, there's not that much left for me for the win with this mech style of play. It's going to be really hard to re-macro that army. Here's just one Sea Shank going to be advancing forward to this expansion over here. Hellions on the high ground. There's a couple of tanks spawning right now. Should be just in time to help stave off this push. The Sea Shanks, getting caught out of position. They're trying to get pulled back over here. Like to see some SCVs to help repair those tanks to do some additional damage. Help those tanks get a couple extra shots off. There is a Sea Shank back here going to be defending against this. Zeri is going to be pulling ahead a little bit, I feel. No, actually. 79 food to 46 food. This game is taking a turn back to the Stone Age. More tanks trying to spawn here. There are the Hellions advancing forward, going to be roasting away those sentries really easily, but those Stalkers are going to be hard to take care of. There's just this one tank over here. He needs to guard that well to defend this push here from Zeri. Zeri is going to be re-macroing his army somewhere. He's got to be doing that. Me for the Win also has a point defense drone over here. How annoying. The Zealots and the Stalkers still in this expansion. Going to be harassing the SCVs, forcing them to pull out once again. Is there a Sea Shank somewhere here? Oh man, Me for the Win doesn't have much here. She's just got these two Sea Shanks. I'd like to see him move this tank up front. Probably a little bit too busy trying to deal with all of this harassment going on. This one orbital command hasn't really done anything and is making SCVs. Zeri's push does look like it is over. He's pulling his Zealots back. They do have some kills, mostly SCV kills, I do believe. These Stalkers also got plenty of kills, and he's re-macroed his army over here. More Blink Stalkers and additional sentries, and he is at 2-2 now. And this mech army is starting to build up once again. These are the Hellions going to be trying to do some more harassment. However, the Blink Stalkers are out on the field. Here come the Hellions, going to be moving along this path. No expansion down here. There is one probe to get roasted. A scan going down, going to be roasting the probes from the low ground, and going to promptly back out over there. The blink being used, but not quite enough to catch up to those Hellions. Going to be backing out right away. This orbital command, he's got a notice there. He notices SCV's Sea Shanks over here, going to be blasting down these destructible rocks, trying to take an expansion. Here comes Zeri's force. He's switched over to some Immortals. He's still trying to remake those probes from before. We'll still see Me for the Win in the lead for the Harvester count. Going to be taking out a couple of supply depots over here. However, the Planetary Fortress should be able to hold its own as long as he notices and gets to repair off. A force field's going down, preventing the surround by SCVs. Is going to be taking that out. The Hellions advancing forward, and the Sea Shanks raining down the fire. However, the Planetary Fortress does go down. Me for the Win's income source has been eaten up. There's still this orbital command. He can land it here and continue to mine here. His natural expansion, surprisingly, still has some minerals. And Zeri also having some minerals, probably because of the huge probe losses and the harassment. It's going to be preventing him from losing that many units here. There is a liftoff from the command center. Will be able to resecure the gold expansion. The SCV is doing some long distance mining. Here comes another scary push. The Blinkstalker is going to be trapping all of the Hellions. Sea-Shanks just in time sieging. I'm going to be forcing Zeri's army back. Oh, this game is getting so long. Can either player eke out an advantage and pull ahead for the win? Here comes a Stargate. A transition into Void Rays will be great. There's nothing that meFTW has that can actually shoot up. I don't think he has anything that can shoot up. He's got these point defense drones. That's not going to help against Void Rays. He's got more Sea-Shanks coming out. He's trying to get those vehicle weapons upgrades. He can try to get Thors, but those take forever to build. More Hellions coming out. There's not a single Marine out on the field. There's just these missile turrets. There's a Stalker scouting back here, checking for an expansion. A bunch of command centers just kind of floating around. Very interesting here. And here come the Hellions, going to be doing tons of damage to the probe line over here. But is going to get taken out by those Blinkstalkers. So take a look at the income tab once again, see if he's lost a lot of probes from that. It doesn't look like he's taken a substantial probe loss. It's still 51, or actually no, losing a couple of probes there. Zeri building another Nexus in the backside. We'll be able to secure that expansion. There is a command center floating over here. Scanning over there, Zeri throwing down a pylon just in time to block that expansion. meFTW's expansion over here, it has been denied. The Sea-Shanks over here gonna be sieging down on these units over here. Zeri decides not to advance forward. He's gonna let those shields recharge once again. This barracks on patrol. I was wondering what that was. Sea-Shanks in the backside. Those three Zealots charging in over here won't be able to do that much damage. Tanks in on siege mode should be able to clean this up relatively easily. We'll be able to take out one tank, probably lose another one if he doesn't get the repair off. Gonna be trying to retreat that tank. Gonna lose that tank to his own Sea-Shank fire. That's one Zealot over here is gonna slice away at this tank. Does look like there's a push going on over here. Those Blinkstalkers blinking forward, trying to take out a couple of tanks. Does look like meFTW should be winning this engagement. There are 3 Immortals here, going to be doing tons of damage. The Stalkers also blinking forward. The GG, well played, calls meFTW. Zeri takes this first game of the 4th place match. We'll be going into whatever map he chooses next. I haven't looked at it, but this was a great game. We'll see if this trend continues. See if meFTW can pull off a win, or if Zeri is going to take it all.